Terry, do you have a message for Margaret Thatcher over this poll tax?
She only has to see the people here today. People in Liverpool have been hammered in the last 10 years, as have working class people all over the country. They just can't afford to pay the poll tax. Listen to them yourselves, they're not paying.
Okay. And do you feel this could be very damaging for the government?
If the people organise correctly, we can bring this government down in a very short period of time. And that'll suit the people.
Thank you.
It's a bit of singing. Now.
Maggie!
No, don't know. How about we're not paying the poll tax? No. What was that? We're not paying the poll tax. We're not paying the poll tax. We're not paying the poll tax.
You're talking about a poll tax figure of in excess of £2,000. We will not do it. The people of this city, in no way, in our view, are capable of paying such a tax. The Tories will founder on the poll tax rock, as Tommy Sheridan said 12 months ago in Scotland. This is the rock the Tory flagship is going to founder on. Who would have thought 12 months ago, when we were up in Scotland on those massive demonstrations showing our support for Scottish people who were opposing the poll tax, that this time this year you have Tory councillors resigning rather than carry out Thatcher's wishes in relation to the poll tax. But that's the position today. We've seen major campaigns in the last 10 years which from time to time we thought would have brought down this government. We saw the miners' dispute. We saw the tremendous campaign of the 47 in this city, who on behalf of people in this city took on central government and were thrown out of office by the Lords. All those campaigns, comrades, brothers and sisters, were sufficient to bring down this Tory government. But the poll tax will. The poll tax will cause Thatcher to be thrown out of office. Comrades, brothers and sisters, what's important now is when that happens, that we've got a Labour Party ready to take control of this country, which is going to represent working class people. That's what we've got to fight for from now to the next general election. It's my view that's not the present situation. If people want to criticise me within the movement for that, so be it. That's my view. We need to represent working class people the same way as Thatcher has represented her people in the last 10 years. That means giving the kids in this city and other cities across the country an opportunity of a job. That means giving people decent houses to live in at a rent they can afford to pay. They're the issues, comrades. Let's go forward from today. Let's bring down this Thatcher government. Let's ensure that Liverpool City Council is seen to represent the people that elected them, the working class people in this city. Let's make sure the City Council opposes the poll tax and does not implement it. The Tory made reference to the 47 Labour councillors who were surcharged and removed from office by the unelected warlords. We have a representative of one of those councillors, Felicity Dowland.
The 47 councillors who stood firm and fought the Tory government, fought to defend jobs and services, are asking the councillors who took over from them, who've been elected on their backs, on their struggle, to keep up the fight to defend jobs and services in this city. Jobs and services cannot be defended if they implement the poll tax. So we're saying, have the guts that you inherit from us and stand firm to fight this government. You can be threatened. We were threatened. We were threatened with bankruptcy. We were threatened our homes would be taken. We were threatened that our possessions would be taken. And indeed, many of our members are suffering still from being blacklisted in employment. But the people of Liverpool stood by us. Not one person has lost a home, not one person has been bankrupted, because the working people of Liverpool have supported us and are supporting us. And that support, that tremendous support that has raised nearly £500,000 in fines for us as the 47, will be doubled and redoubled if this city leads a fight against the poll tax. Let's have one council that stands firm, that says this poll tax is iniquitous. The Duke of Westminster will make £9,000 profit from the poll tax. The ordinary people of this city will suffer. To make cuts in our services will not do. Our schools are already damaged by storms, damaged by cuts. The schools need expanding. The old age pensioners need better services. And we still have slums to pull down in this city. We need a council that will stand and fight. We as the 47 gave a message that you stand and you fight and the people stand with you. Let the present councillors stand and fight.
Got a message. Can Rob Owen come to the back here? The next speaker is Paula Hamford, who's the National Chair of the Labour Party Young Socialists. Paula.
Comrades, I am proud to speak on the same platform as one of the 47 councillors in this city who provided young people of this city guaranteed jobs and a top-up pay for 3,000 YTS trainees. And we have to say that if our leaders, the Labour leaders, fought with the same determination as those people had, that it would have been the 12 whinging Oxford and Tory councillors who would be on television. It would be our Labour leaders who would be on the television calling for mass non-payment of the poll tax. But let that woman be warned. Let Thatcher be warned. It won't just be those 12 Oxford and Tory councillors. When we're finished with organising this movement, it'll be 12 million people who won't pay the poll tax and oppose the Tory rule. It's the 11th year of this government, and the Tories have waged a relentless war on young people. They've forced us onto slave labour YTS schemes. They've abolished the wages councils, forcing young people into poverty jobs, and they're trying to cut our access after education, and now we have the poll tax. And if Thatcher thinks that young people on 70 or 80 pounds a week is going to pay 10 pounds for the poll tax, then she's got another thing coming, because the movement that have taken place over the past week will hopefully mean, and the movements that are going to take place will hopefully mean that Thatcher will do a Noriega and flee from this country. You know, the Tories have spent £10 million on publicising the poll tax, £10 million on trying to make us see how the poll tax is going to benefit us. But it hasn't exactly got us any far, has it? Because the movements that have taken place, particularly even amongst the Tory Blue Ridge Brigade, have shown have proved that Thatcher has become the Alex Ferguson of politics, that she spent millions of pounds, but she's still not winning a thing, and she won't win the poll tax. The turnout to this demonstration has shown that all the publicity in the world will not make young people pay the poll tax. This demonstration is not just about the poll tax. It's about decent jobs for young people. It's about decent education for our young people. We can't just stop at this demonstration. Young people have to be organised. I would urge all the young people here to join the Youth Rights campaign to get a decent future for yourselves. Because we're not just going to see, because we're now going to see people's power in British style. If the youth in South Africa we want is the use of the paupers of a mass army, the work of a take to defeat the poll tax and get rid of this Tory government once and for all. Join the Youth Rights Campaign. Any young people out there, join the Youth Rights Campaign. It's our future. We've got to fight for it and we've got to change this system.
The next speaker is a worker who has been in dispute for months now. Workers who've been fighting this Tory government for a decent living wage. We're going to ask him to speak to this rally and appeal for support. It's Tommy McLaughlin, an ambulance worker, a shop steward in dispute for months. Give him a big welcome, Tommy McLaughlin.
I stand here today feeling very, very angry that after 6 months where the government have tried time and time to beat us and we haven't been beaten, but we stand here today and we're being given by our leadership the biggest sellout of workers ever, because for 6 months we've been fighting against the government, fighting for a pay policy that would take us away from this action of strike action, so we would be linked with fire workers and with the police all over this country. Our leadership came out of a meeting last week waving pieces of paper and saying they drove a coach and horses through the government's pay policy. It was a tremendous and staggering deal. It was the same deal we were offered 9 months ago, and we've refused to accept it, and we're not going to accept it at all. We're standing and we're going to keep fighting until we win what we set out to do. Since we've been involved in this dispute, we've had over 90% of public opinion on our side. You've seen ambulance workers all over the place collecting with their buckets. So we're not downhearted, even though our leadership and Roger Poole have tried to sell us out. We're going to keep fighting. We've seen a tremendous demonstration here today. We had a tremendous demonstration in January. We called upon the TUC to call for a one-day general strike in support of ambulance workers. That's the most important call we're still calling now, because it's your ambulance service, it's your health service. I encourage you to go back to your unions, still call upon the TUC, because we can see an end to this dispute, a successful end to our dispute, because if we lose this dispute, we'll see the government take apart the ambulance service bit by bit. We're not prepared to see that. We're prepared to keep fighting. Roger Poole has actually said, we on Merseyside haven't done anything for the last 6 months, and that's what we just jumped on the bandwagon at the end. We've had workers here in Liverpool off pay for the last 3 months. If that's jumping on the bandwagon, I suggest for him to give up his wages for the last 6 months and give it back to ambulance workers, and then we'll talk about getting off fences. We don't expect either to hear people like Neil Kinnock and Robin Cook telling us it's the best deal we're going to get and we should go back to work before the ballot results known. Because if we had took strike action without a ballot, well, the Tories would have jumped on us. We're going to abide by the ballot when the results know. That's sometime next week. Here in Liverpool, we're providing an alternative service at the moment, so you don't have to have police vans or unqualified staff. We've got qualified staff driving fully equipped accident and emergency vehicles. Please use them, because that's our way.
Right, thanks, Joe. The next speaker is from a trade union which represents workers who will be responsible for collecting the poll tax. His name is Roger Bannister. He's the broad left candidate for the General Secretary's position of NALGO. If we can get a in the coffin of the Tory poll tax, Roger Bannister. I was speaking to NALGO members in Barnsley this week as part of my election campaign, and one of them asked the question to the candidates: how can we defeat